All right, channel news. The sun has gone over the hill, so I'm in shade right now, and it's what they call the magic hour, so it's just indirect sunlight. Anyways, what's on the agenda for channel news? Nothing. I'm just gonna try to think of what's coming up next. I'm doing a lot of no talk videos, or I will be. Also, I did a few. Now I'm going to do some more. I'm going to be pretty much preoccupied with the rest of my back orders, which are the most difficult now. I finished all the easy peasy ones. Now I've got to do the hard ones. It's not that difficult to complete 90% of projects. It's that last 10% that requires more than 90% of your effort in total. So whatever I did before is going to be only 10% of my effort that I need to exert for the next 10%. I'm going to need to exert, let's just put it this way, 90% of my effort on the last 10%. Okay. So I will be buried in side projects until I go to that Knapping in Texas. I'm hoping to finish everything up in 5 weeks, whatever the time frame is. I also need to do projects around the house before it starts snowing. That's got to be done before December. Anyways, the direction of the channel is going to be reviving some of the old ways of doing stuff. 30-minute videos, several in series. Let's see, exploring new tools. I'm moving into using solid copper billets, solid copper boppers, and once I get those finished up, as far as using those, I will be switching to another set of tools. I don't know. Don't ask me how long it's going to take for me to switch over. It's just whenever it happens, it'll happen. But it's going to happen. I'm going to switch again. If you want to send me something to test as far as tools, I suppose that's okay. But just be warned, it may take me forever. I'm going to warn everybody. You send me anything, it may take me forever to get it done. Okay, so think twice and long and hard before you send me something or ask me to do something. I might agree to it, but it will probably take me a long time. Unless I tell you for sure it's not going to take a long time. I've got some trades going. Those don't take me very long. If I agree to a trade now, I'm only going to agree to those things that doesn't take me a long time. I think I'm going to be doing a trade soon on some stone in exchange for a point in return. But the guy, my friend, says, doesn't matter what kind of point it is. Perfect. That'll save a lot of time. Doesn't matter what size it is. Perfect. Saves a lot of time. So the more vague it is, the request, the faster I can get it done. If it has to be done to a certain spec, I probably will not agree to it unless I already have it on hand. Okay. Let me see here. All right, I had to answer a phone call. Okay, so it got a little bit darker, but I don't see any difference, so we can continue. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was telling you that I won't be able to do projects very fast, or I can't do them very fast. So I'm going to stop doing them. Side projects. Whatever I have available for sale will be in the auctions, no matter what it is. Yeah. I might start introducing stuff in the auctions that have a set price, but we'll see. We shall see. So yeah, I'm going to be very busy in the next few weeks, for sure. I don't know if I showed this before. I got a new pipe made of clay. It's a reproduction I think I got this. Yeah, I got this at the Letchworth Nap-In. It does say Japan on there. It was a gift, and I think it was from Garrett. Anyway, someone that I met, although he's been watching my channel for a while, someone I met for the first time. It does say Japan on the side there, but it's a reproduction of an old pipe. It works pretty good. It's made of clay, so I was having fun testing that out at the Nap-Ins, both Nap-Ins. Let me see, what else can I think of? Not too much. I can't think of much to update you on since I did a live stream today. I'm pretty talked out as far as what I'm doing. Although I don't remember mentioning much about upcoming events, except for the Nap-In in Texas in October. I'm looking through some of my notes. This is mostly auction stuff. I do write notes on different projects in my auction notes, in my bookkeeping for the auctions. But I don't see anything coming up or that I need to address. Oh, I do see something. Sal makes hunting points. Sal, one of my subscribers, you should know him. He's got a channel, Flintnapping channel. He will do hunting points if you need hunting points. Okay, I just wanted to mention that. If it's just plain old hunting points with simple side notches, I think they're $15 each. That does not include shipping, I don't think. And if it's any more complicated than that, or if it's made of fancy stuff, or both, the price goes up from there. Okay, so I just want to mention that. I'm not going to be doing any hunting points for anybody. I probably won't be doing them for the auction either. But Sal will do hunting points. Okay, let's see what else. And if you need his contact information, ask me in the comments, or send me an email, and I'll give you the contact information and a link to his channel and all that. Okay? If you want to know what's coming up, other than what I've told you so far today, just look back at my other channel news videos, my recent ones. I am trying to keep up with the Nap-In dates, and I keep the old ones in the Nap-In list, the old Nap-Ins that have already passed in the Nap-In list, because it helps us to be aware of all the Nap-Ins, and maybe, since a lot of these are annual, we can attend next year, but we don't know the dates yet. But it's good to know that there's a Nap-In that existed, even though the date has passed. I did get a comment saying, "Ooh, I just need to go back in time, huh? To go to that Nap-In." I don't know if he meant it that way, but if he did, just keep in mind I keep the older or outdated Nap-Ins in the Nap-In list so that you can be aware of the Nap-In for next time. Okay? There are a lot that have already passed, and some that are coming up really soon, if they haven't already passed. There was a lot in August, but there should be some coming up in September as well. September, October, as the weather gets cooler. If you've never been to a Nap-In, you don't know what you're missing. If you're sociable. Now, if you're not sociable and you don't know how to talk to people very well, or if you don't want to, or you're just kind of a loner, you might have difficulty at a Nap-In, because it's all social interaction. Unless you go to a demonstration that is open for everyone to just watch, just walk up and watch. But if you walk up and watch somebody at their campsite, you're going to want to introduce yourself or say hi or whatever. Now, so Nap-Ins are not for everybody. But I suggest if you are shy or whatever, to get over that temporarily so that you can discuss things or maybe get some tutoring or ask questions or go ahead and buy stones and tools that you might need. Sometimes you'll find materials for tools that are very cheap. Like I had the opportunity to buy some copper caps that were already domed for a very low price, and I forgot to take advantage of that opportunity. So I missed out. Not that I want to make my own boppers, but I probably could have sold them at the auction and pass on the benefit. I don't expect to make much profit off of those, but I could have passed that on. Let's see. Yeah. No more side projects for me. Unless it's super duper easy. Yeah. And there's nothing really super duper easy in Flintnapping. So I will reject 99% of all requests for side projects. Just a fair warning, because I've tried many times to knock these things out. Because it seems like it shouldn't take much time at all, but it does. And sometimes I can't get materials, even though it seems like it's so easy. I've got a lot of contacts and people that send me stuff, but sometimes it's not adequate, or I end up breaking stuff trying to be in a hurry. Trying to knock it out, just get it knocked out, do it. Those are the times where I break most of the stuff and make mistakes. Yeah. Even with my level of experience, after 15 years, I still do that. I still break them if I try to make them quickly. I'll try to get a bunch knocked out in one day. I know some guys can do it, but I just can't seem to do that. I'll be lucky to get 1 to 3 knocked out in one day that are satisfactory. Yeah, between 1 and 3 points that meet my level of satisfaction. If I don't care about step fractures, I can knock out much more than that. 5 to 10 points in one day if I don't care about the step fractures. And I don't care about the size. Yeah. All right. What else? Yep. There are guys in the chat during the live streams that have materials that they can send you, either sample or for sale or for trade. So I see that there's not very many people taking advantage of the live streams because there's not that many that watch the live streams in comparison to how many watch my Flintnapping videos. I thought it was going to be the other way around, because there's a lot more opportunity to interact in live time or in real time with people who have stone information and resources. Okay, so if you can't access live streams, let me know. I know some people can't access the community, but the live streams are separate from the community. There are videos that I do live that get posted to my channel under the button that says live. If you go to my channel, you can look at videos, shorts, live, posts. There's little buttons for these things across the screen, and I recommend that you find where those are and click on the live stream button so you understand what it means, and then write down when they occur. I've got 3 live streams per week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. They're at different times of the day. So hopefully during one of those days, the time agrees with your scheduling. Okay? So take advantage of the live streams, please. I'm not just saying that so that we can have more people and more fun during the live streams. I'm saying that because there's information that you're missing out on. And if you need a question answered right away, I can answer it. Or if you need a contact right away, you can get it right away. Okay? It still works if you send me an email at jackcrafty2 at gmail.com, or send me or comment on one of my videos and ask for information or whatever. That still works. But in the live stream, I think it works better. Okay? So because, it works better because if I don't answer it to the fullest extent, instead of having to wait for a reply in the emails or wait for the comment reply, I can reply right away. It saves you time. Okay? All right. What else? Yeah, I'm going to be doing no-talk videos. And then if I have time or if I feel up to it, I'll narrate over the top of the video and post it again. So there will be both a no-talk and a talk video. But I haven't had time to go back and narrate any of my no-talk videos, and it's probably going to be that way for the next 5 weeks. But I still want to upload content, and there's still lots of people who like the no-talk videos. There's enough people that do like that justifies me to continue doing the no-talk videos. Okay. And besides, people from other countries that don't understand English, they appreciate the no-talk videos because, they don't have to try to read the captions or whatever that are translated. Okay, and the translations sometimes are not that great. And sometimes I don't say stuff properly, so they might not understand what's going on anyway. And another thing about explaining during napping is very strange because it's a probabilistic skill, which means it involves a lot of risk, which means that the physics are kind of funny, for lack of a better word. It's difficult to get the physics correct on a probabilistic skill. It looks all controlled and it looks like it's technique based, which it is to a certain extent, but you cannot predict the results. If the results are good and they are what you want, usually that is a lucky result, because it could go in different ways depending on the quality of the material, the quality of your tools, the state of your mind, the understanding of what is going on with the surface of the workpiece or the surface of the edge of the workpiece. All these things can influence where the flake goes that you don't control, because either you have a misunderstanding or it's just an inherent defect in the stone or the tool or whatever. All right, so it's difficult for anyone to tell you the correct things while explaining what they're doing in flintnapping. New guys make the mistake in demanding an explanation of what's going on, thinking that will help them nap. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying that the explanations can be wrong. And it doesn't help you if the explanations are wrong. And when it comes down to being very precise with your napping, or on the thinning stages, or trying to conserve expensive material, those slight misunderstandings can make all the difference between success and failure. Okay? Doesn't matter too much in the first initial stages if the information given to you or the tutoring given to you is wrong. It does affect, though, the stages that require a lot of correct motions, movements, and setups, like notching, thinning, sharpening. The final stages are heavily influenced by very subtle tweaks. And if those tweaks are not correct, and if I explain it in a wrong way, you're not going to get it. It's going to be wrong, or it's going to throw you off, and you might develop bad habits. So don't depend on narration. That's my advice. When I first started, I depended on narration, and it held me back by at least 2 years because they were explaining it wrong. Yeah. Not their fault in most cases because, like I said, the physics is hard to get correct in a probabilistic skill. Okay. What else? It's starting to get dark, although it doesn't seem like it in the screen. I am going to get a new camera and a new microphone, so I don't have to be holding the microphone like this. We'll see how that works in the future. I will get that soon, before Christmas. I think that's what I'll get myself for Christmas this year. A new camera, and not just using my phone, and a new microphone, so I can set up something like what on the scene reporters use. Just, a camera on someone's shoulder with a big old microphone pointed toward the narrator. I'll get one of those, except in smaller scale, but with a microphone pointing toward me, so I don't have to be holding the microphone or wearing one. Okay, but it's expensive. That's why I've been holding off. All right, so yeah, I think that's it. No goofing around on this particular live stream or this particular video. Yeah, this pipe's been fun. It holds just a little bit in there of tobacco. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. Sometimes when I start thinking, something will pop up that I forgot. Anyways, all right. The next video will probably be tomorrow night. And of course, there's a live stream Friday. If I don't do any other videos, there will definitely be a live stream on Friday from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time. All right? I think that's it. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.